Hello and welcome to another Blender bite-sized video. In this one I'm going to show you how to create this very easy jelly or jello material in Blender 4. Starting with the specs, I'm using Blender 4.2, Windows 11, NVIDIA graphics card, Cycles render engine, and I will be using a custom startup file. Just before I continue with the tutorial, let me remind you that you can grab this material and hundreds more on my Gumroad store, blenderbitesize.gumroad.com. Okay, so here I am in a custom startup file. I've got my room, a light and a camera, and of course my jelly or jello, depending on where you're from. That was modelled from a very simple 7-sided cone, believe it or not. I won't be showing you the modelling here or the jelly physics, just the material, so just so you're aware. Anyway, we've gone over to the shading tab, enabled display render preview, we've assigned a new material and we've given it a name. I'm giving it an Americanized name for this one, but if you're from the UK it's more than likely jelly as opposed to jello. Now on the principled shader, I'm going to set the roughness at 0.05 and the index of refraction at 1.38, and believe it or not, jelly or jello does have an index of refraction. Now the specular, I'm leaving the default settings. Transmission I'm setting at 0.95, so it's almost translucent, but not quite. Then I'm going to press Shift A and search for a gradient texture. Then press Ctrl T to apply a texture coordinate and a mapping node, and I'll be using the object output from the texture coordinate. Then from the color output from the gradient texture, I'm going to assign a color ramp, and that's going to get connected to the base color. Now the gradient texture is obviously running left to right at the moment, so we need to rotate that on the Y axis, and we'll come back to that in a minute. In fact, let's do it now. So we're going to rotate that 90 degrees. So you can see it goes from dark to light, from the bottom to the top. And we're going to use that, but we're going to recolor it using the color ramp. So the pink on the left obviously is replacing where the black was, and the color to the right is replacing what the white was. Now you can add different color stops, so you can have multicolored jellies. That's entirely up to you. And of course you can change the blending mode to get different kinds of blends. That is entirely up to you. Anyway, I'm going to leave it as a dark pink and a light pink. I just think it looks nice. Maybe a raspberry jelly or a strawberry. If it's strawberry it needs to be redder. Anyway, believe it or not, that is it. I actually added a bunch of stuff in this scene to make it a bit more party-like. So I added a couple of cones, a plate with the polka dot texture that you can find on my channel as well. And then I added some kind of metallic balloony effects to Suzanne the monkey head. So with regards to the render settings, you can see them all on the right here. Feel free to pause the video as I scroll down so that you can make a note of those settings because they do make an impact, as does the scale of your object. So make sure these things are similar, otherwise you might not get the same results. Now I am using the compositor to do a little bit of the legwork here because obviously I have such high noise threshold and low samples. So I've got three outputs here which are activated with the denoiser and the denoising data in the view layer. So make sure those are enabled as well. And then we'll go to render, and this took around 13 seconds in total. So half of that was the layers and the other half was compositing. And I think it looks quite a nice jelly. I wouldn't mind some ice cream to go with that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one and will find it useful in some way, shape or form in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up before you go, and of course subscribe for future content. Bye for now.